Well, hello ladies and gents, Casey here. Welcome back. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome to my absolutely massive living room. So today is an active recovery day, and this is the day that we give our muscles a chance to recover, maybe from a strenuous workout you had in days prior. And there's many things that we can do on an active recovery day, but today we're going to be doing some foam rolling. So I'm going to be walking you through how to alleviate some of those sore muscles and maybe create some blood flow all throughout the body. Stick around, let's do this. All right, let's get started. So first things first, this is a foam roller. And for those of you that have never seen one or used one before, this is a foam roller made by a company called Trigger Point. And in my opinion, I think it's the best foam roller on the market. This particular one is a 26-inch foam roller, and this one has grooves on the surface where these will really get deep into the muscle depending on part of your body that you're using it. But I highly recommend this brand. You can buy cheaper ones that are just smooth on the surface that aren't going to get as deep in the muscle, but Trigger Point makes the best one. It does come in a 12-inch version, so it's small and sleek, and you can throw it in your bag if you're traveling or you're on the go. Highly recommend this brand, and I've been using it for years, ever since I was a personal trainer at Equinox, and got all my clients in on it, and they bought one and they use it at home too, so highly recommend this. So today I'm going to be walking you through how to use this foam roller effectively and the main areas of your body to use this. You might get really sore like I do after a strenuous workout, especially my low body, sometimes in my back and my lats here. So I love busting this out. I also have a massage gun, but sometimes this works a little more effective when I want to get on the ground and use it on my back. But I highly recommend this. This is not too expensive and it's built really well. It'll last a long time. So highly recommend this, and let's get started. So the way I like to teach this is the easy way to remember. We will start from our feet and work all the way up. And we're gonna work not every muscle group, but the main muscle groups all throughout the body, starting from our ankles, going all the way up to the neck. And this shouldn't take too long. You should be foam rolling for maybe 10 minutes. And then like we're doing this today on an active recovery day, so we're not getting right into a workout, but you can also incorporate this before you get in your dynamic warm-up, before your actual warm-up. So again, you don't need much time with this. You only need about 10 minutes. And even on your active recovery day, you can just do this to create some blood flow and some circulation throughout your body and be done and go into your workout the next day. So what I like to do is I like to hop up on the ground, and I have a yoga mat on the ground. You might not have that. You might be doing this outside in your grass or your concrete, but I like to throw it on the ground just because my hands are on the ground. But first things first is what I like to do is start at my ankles. So ankle mobility is very important when we're getting into a squat or a lunge, and that's an area that can really get tight. So what I like to do is we will start, and you can scoot up depending on your positioning. Right here, there we go. Let's fix this yoga mat here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get in that Achilles heel area, and I wanna place my ankle right on top of the groove on this Trigger Point foam roller. And what we're gonna do is we'll start on our left side. I'm gonna bring my right leg over my left, and we're gonna really press that Achilles down into the foam roller. And as you can tell, my butt is off the ground. You don't have to have that, but it gives you a little more pressure on the Achilles. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna roll to the left and to the right. And for every single one of these muscle groups that we're gonna work on today, you only need to stay for about 15 to 20 seconds, depending on how sore it is. You might have some really sore areas in your body that you wanna stay till about 30 seconds to 45 seconds. That's completely okay. And some areas you won't feel any pain at all because you're not sore there. But I'm just gonna walk you through all the main areas of all the effectiveness, all the great areas that we can really trigger on our bodies to warm it up and to create blood flow where we need it. So I'm just going left and to the right on my left Achilles. Good, and then I'm gonna switch over. I'm gonna place my right Achilles on the ground and place this left over. And as you can tell, I'm pressing my palms into the ground and lifting up my butt off the ground and just rolling over to the left and to the right here. And depending on how tight your ankles are, you might really feel this, but this is great for our squats because that'll really help you as far as how well that ankle can move. Our ankle mobility, again, is very important in our squats. So left and to the right, just like that. Good. Remember to breathe here. You might get a lot of pain, and we really got to focus on our breathing here. Here we go. Good. All right, so the next group here is we're going to go all the way up. Just as I said before, we're just going to move up the body. So we're going from our Achilles now into our calves. Our calves can get really sore depending on if we're doing any plyometrics or any HIIT training that involves jumping. So we have two big muscles in our calves. We have the soleus and the gastrocnemius. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll, and I like to place the foam roller right in the middle of the calf right here. And again, we're going to start on the left side. I'm going to bring my right leg over the left, and we're just going to roll left into the right again, just like that. And as you can tell, I really like to roll all the way over, almost if you're getting the front of that calf too, and then all the way to the right, getting all the way over just like that. Again, you only need about 20 seconds here, depending on how sore you are. Maybe if you went on a long run on your active recovery day, or you just did a heavy plyometric training the day before, your calves might be really sore. So take your time here. And what I like to do is I like to flex and extend my foot here, so it activates that calf even more. And we're really creating some blood flow in that area. And then good. So we'll switch over to the right side. I'm just going to place that right down in the middle of the foam roller, and again, right where the grooves are. So it allows those grooves to really get into the calf. So I'm going to place my left leg over and just roll to the left and to the right. Again, my butt is off the ground. I'm placing my palms all the way and digging into the floor here. Just like that. Remember to breathe. Rolling all the way over. See, I can feel it. I just did a plyometric workout yesterday, and it's very effective, guys. Very effective. And good. Okay, so you can just place that butt on the floor. Now we're going to move up. And so one thing I want to mention here is we're never focusing on the knees. The knees going right on top of a joint or a ligament is not good news. So we're going to go above the knee. In this case, it looks like we're above the knee here, but we're still placing, now we're gonna go to the hamstring. But as you can tell here, I'm never going into the back of the knee, all right? I'm never gonna place any stress on that knee. Our knees are extremely important. We don't wanna injure ourselves while we're doing this foam rolling. So we're gonna skip that knee part and go right into the low hamstring, as you can tell here. And same thing here. So now if you did any deadlifts or again, any jumping with squats, that incorporates the hamstrings. You might be really tight in your hamstrings. And a lot of you that actually are maybe working at home and sit at a chair all day or at your desk or on the couch, your hamstrings are actively being used all throughout the day. So we need to roll those out. It's very important to, especially if we're gonna get into a workout the next day. So same thing, going into my left, I'm gonna start on that left side, I'm gonna roll over to my right, and back and forth. And because we're getting into the portion of your leg that the hamstring and the quads are two large muscles, we're gonna split them in two. So I'm getting the low part of my hamstring first, left into the right. Okay, we're gonna switch. We're gonna go over to that right side. Left leg goes over. And again, I am not going right behind the knee. I'm above the knee, getting that hamstring. Go left and to the right, shifting the weight to the left and to the right. And good. So like I said, hamstrings are big. It's a big group. So now we're going to go up a little higher. We're going to get the upper portion of that hamstring. We're going to go back onto that left side. We're going to roll just like that. Good. And depending on your activity level, this might not be sore at all. But you might have done a heavy leg workout or some plyometrics that you're really feeling in your low body, and this is the area that you want to hit. Okay, I'm going to switch over to my right side, going over. So again, I'm a little higher on my hamstring. I'm not at my glutes or my butt yet. We're still getting that hamstring area. You might be feeling tight from sitting for long periods of the day. And good. Okay, so next thing is we're going to get those glutes. So those glutes are fired all the time. Pretty much any low body exercise that we're doing, the glutes are going to be highly used. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have you come sit on this foam roller here, and I'm going to scoot up my yoga mat like this. So I'm going to come sit on the yoga mat, or the yoga mat and the foam roller right now. And what we're going to do is, starting on the left side, I'm going to bring my right leg over to the top of my left. So my foot isn't sitting on my knee, but it's sitting on your quads, just like this. And I'm placing my foot all the way flat on the ground. And I'm going to slide my heel as close as I can to my glute. And what we're going to do is we're going to shift our weight over to the right side, on that right side of that glute, pressing down. And again, if you have to hold on to something, maybe a chair or your couch, and really help press down on that glute, you'll really feel that too. This way you can go up and down. You can also go left and to the right like we've been doing it before. Try to go in all directions. And the whole point of this foam rolling is we're creating blood flow throughout the body. We want to create some great circulation, some great oxygen circulation in there, just like that. Good, then we're going to switch. So I'm going to place my right foot on the ground, nice and flat. I'm going to bring my left leg over. Again, not placing it on my knee. I'm going to slide my right heel a little closer to the foam roller. Now I'm going to place my weight to the left. And again, I'm going to go up and down, really getting deep into that glute muscle. I'm going to go right and left. Whoop, almost slipped there, good. Nice work. And good, all right, so we're gonna place our feet back on the ground. And now we're gonna get, so that's pretty much the back side of our low body. Now we're gonna work the front side of our low body. Now we're gonna flip over here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna focus on the quads. So the quads are probably used a lot for you when you're doing lunges or doing squats or doing any jumping. And these might get really sore depending on your activity level throughout the day. So what we're gonna do is we're going to, again, split this big muscle in two. So we're gonna get the low part of our quad, again, not going on our knee, but we're gonna get that lower part just like this. We're gonna foam roll to the left and to the right, up and down. Then we're gonna move up and get that upper part of our quad closer to our hips. So what I like to do is I'm gonna slide that over. If I'm working on my right side first, I'm going to bring my left leg that's not being foam rolled all the way up, and I'm gonna bring and slide this foam roller right on top, higher than the knee. And remember, we're getting that low part of the quad. And I'm gonna drop my body down. And as you can tell, I'm not rolling on top of the knee. I'm just going to the left and to the right, just like that. And this is an area that you really might be sore in. As am I right now. Did some heavy leg workouts this weekend. And what you can do is you can flex and extend that knee just like this. And you'll really get in between those muscle spindles all the way through the quad. This might be painful. Remember to breathe here. Just like that. And good. So while we're staying on this right side, we're going to move a little higher into the quad there. And same thing, I like to extend and flex my quad out, rolling to the left and to the right. There we go. And great. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to my left quad here. So I'm going to slide this foam roller over. And again, because of my massive living room, I'm running out of room here. So we're going to slide this yoga mat over, just like that. And now we're going to get our left side. So I'm going to bring my right leg all the way up. I'm going to bring this foam roller like that and slide this. So I'm gonna bring this foam roller on my left quad. Again, not on the knee, above the knee. I'm gonna drop down and lift that leg up just like that. And I can flex and extend my left leg just like that, really getting deep into that quad muscle. I like to roll on both sides, up and down, just like that. Very nice. And again, depending how sore you are, you can stay 15 to 20 seconds. If you're really sore, you can stay about 30, 45. And then I'm gonna go up. So now I'm going right below my hip area right here. I'm gonna drop back down, slide this up a little more. There we go. Same thing. You can flex and extend that leg there. And roll left and to the right. Very nice. Okay, so that's the main areas of our low body. So now we're gonna work up to our upper body here, and the main areas in our posterior chain, which is the back side, is our lats, so what we call the Latinus Dorsi or dorsi. And this is a huge muscle, one of the biggest muscles in your upper body. And it's used all the time when we do pulling or pushing motions, even when you do push-ups or you're doing pull-ups or any rows. This is a muscle that can get really sore. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna start on my left side here. I'm gonna face you, and we're going to place this foam roller pretty much below your pit, but we're not going right at your pit, we're going right at the muscle right below the pit, okay? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold up and bring up my right leg just like this, and I'm gonna extend my left leg out. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna extend my left arm just like this, and not getting under the pit, but right on top of that muscle. I'm going to lift up my hips just a little bit, and I'm gonna foam roll and move to the left and to the right, which seems like back and forth, just like that. And again, these grooves are really gonna help and get deep into that lat muscle. There we go, and you can extend that arm just like that. And again, we're not getting right below the pit, but right on that lat muscle. Just like that. Remember to breathe. Doing great. And boom. All right, then we're gonna switch over to the other side here. Very nice. So now I'm gonna switch my legs. So my left leg is gonna be brought up all the way to my hip or my glutes, and I'm gonna extend my right leg out. I'm gonna extend my right arm just like that, and I'm gonna raise my hips again. And again, I'm not going under my pit. I'm going right on top of that lat muscle right there and going back and forth. Oh, this might really feel painful for you guys here, depending on if you're really working that upper body. And it might not, it's okay. But this is a crucial area that you have to do when you're foam rolling. So go back and forth, maybe left and to the right, slide up and down, just like that. And one common thing I used to see a lot when I worked at Equinox is people moving too fast with the foam rollers. So when they target one area, they slide way too quickly on the foam rollers. So for example, if I was on my lats, all of a sudden people are doing this. You want to go nice and slow. You want to target that area, find the painful area, and go and just work it, going left and right, up and down, not going too quickly at all. There's no rush for this at all. So just up and down. And if you want to roll just a little bit up and down, not going quick. And just like that. Okay, so now we're going to get that thoracic part of our spine. So we have three areas of our back here. We have our lumbar, we have our thoracic part, which is the middle part. That's the area that we're going to work here. So what I want you to do is we're going to bring our feet up just like this, and I'm going to bring the foam roller in that middle part of my back here. And what I like to do is I like to cross my arms just like that, almost if I was jumping off a rock. I'm diving into the water, bringing my arms all the way to my shoulders like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to effectively just roll nice and slow in that middle part of your back.
You might feel your back crack a little bit here. That's completely okay. But again, I see a lot of people doing this all the time, and it might feel like it's getting deep, but I'd rather you really focus on one area and go nice and slow, not rolling too fast. And again, you can roll over to the side, just like this. You can see my hips are up, arms are crossed, just like that. We can go into an extension of our back here. So what I want you to do is we can drop our head down, just like this, where I'm not just flinging up my hips. I'm going nice and slow, really pressing down on my back here, and then coming nice and gently up. You can do this about 4 or 5 times. You'll really feel in that thoracic spine. This is gonna be great for your mobility, guys. Oh, just like that. That area is fantastic.
So guys, that's it right there. Those are the very effective areas that you can get when you foam roll. And again, I recommend foam rolling either if you're gonna start a workout, you can do this before your dynamic warm-up or even in your cool down. I usually will recommend this usually when you're the most sore. So if you're going into a workout and you're like, oh my gosh, my muscles aren't ready for this, do a little foam rolling. You only need about 10 minutes. Really work, an easy way to remember, work at that low part of the body and work your way up. So getting those Achilles, just to review, the Achilles helps with that ankle mobility when we're doing squats or lunges. Getting into the calves, where that can get really sore when you do plyos or any jumping or running. And then working up, we're never rolling on our knees or the back of the knees. We're gonna go up and work our hamstrings right below. You can split it into, you can go left and right, going up right below the glute, and just like this. Same thing on this side, not going on the knee, getting that hamstring, the low part of the hamstring and the upper part of the hamstring, then getting the glutes. You can sit on top of that foam roller, working to the left and to the right, and then working our back. So some of us have a lot of issues with our mobility in our back. A lot of you athletes out there that have to twist that thoracic part of your spine. Maybe you're a soccer player or you're a golfer or a basketball player. You change the directions pretty quickly. We need to work on mobility for that thoracic spine. So this can help a lot. I highly recommend this. Only spend about 10 minutes on there. Work on your breathing and take your time with this. And this is highly effective when we do our active recovery days. So there's many things we'll do, and I'll talk about that later, other things that we can do on an active recovery day. But if you can spend 10 minutes foam rolling, that's a great way to recover your muscles and great from myofascial release. So I appreciate you guys hanging around today. I'm gonna put a link for this in the details below. Highly recommend this. You can get one that's about half this size. This will run probably about $25 to $40 depending on where you buy it, but I do recommend buying on Amazon, and try to do this a couple days a week, especially when you're really sore. You might not feel it if you're not sore. You might really feel it if you did a low body workout and your quads, your glutes are just absolutely screaming, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. All right, ladies and gents, thanks for joining me today. I hope you learned a thing or two about foam rolling, and I hope this helped with some of those really sore muscles that you might be feeling from a hard workout. But incorporate this a couple days a week and you'll really feel the effectiveness. And share this video with someone that needs it. Please hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you for the next video. Stay healthy, stay hungry.